there are still places in the world that feel completely untouched, where mountains rise straight out of the sea, where ice drifts silently through endless fjords, and where only a few hundred people get to visit each year. Welcome to the biggest fjord system in the world. This is East Greenland. We're exploring East Greenland together with Quark Expeditions, a place so remote and untouched that it's only accessible by expedition crews for about 2 months a year, between August and September. The rest of the year, this entire fjord system freezes completely. Our voyage began in Rekjavik, Iceland. As we departed the harbor, the sky lit up in a beautiful golden sunset, the perfect goodbye as we started our journey north. We boarded the Ocean Explorer, our ship for the expedition, settled into our spacious and cozy cabin, and it already felt like home for the next 10 days. But our journey to Greenland started long before we actually got there, crossing the Denmark Strait, a body of water known for rough conditions. According to the forecasts, we were facing waves of up to 5 meters high. So the captain decided to wait 1 extra day in Iceland's Westfjords before heading further north. We used that time to explore Mongofoss, one of the nearby waterfalls, and got to do our first landing, before the real adventure began into the wilds of East Greenland. This morning was something else. We had just arrived in Vikingbugte, where huge mountains framed the fjord and small pieces of ice floated slowly past the ship. The glaciers here in East Greenland are constantly moving, carving their way through the mountains and calving into the fjords. The scale of it all, it's hard to put into words. Our expedition team decided to launch the Zodiacs and explore the area from the water. Getting close to the floating ice was incredible, but the highlight was discovering the nearby basalt columns, geometric shapes formed millions of years ago through volcanic activity. Later that day, we drifted deeper into the fjord, gliding between blocks of ice and getting even closer to the glacier. It's hard to imagine that these valleys were once completely filled with ice, thousands of meters thick. The very forest that carved out East Greenland's dramatic fjords. The next morning came with an early wake-up call. Sunrise was around 6:30 and I almost missed it. When I pulled back the curtains, I couldn't believe my eyes. Some of the icebergs on the port side had started to catch the first light, glowing in orange and pink tones. For about 15 minutes, the light created a rainbow over the icebergs and an incredible glow on the peaks around us. We were exploring a place called Little Island today, surrounded by towering icebergs, some easily tens of meters high. Our ship just blended perfectly into the landscape. We joined a guided hike, spotted Arctic hares and a few ptarmigans in the distance, and got to explore the unique tundra landscape up close. Our next stop was a place called Skillebugt. The entire cruise there, I stayed on deck, watching low clouds drift between the mountains as we sailed deeper into the fjord. The light was soft and moody, and the air still, and everything felt calm and quiet. The entrance to Skillebugt reminded me of the Lemaire Channel in Antarctica. Steep mountains rising straight from the water and a narrow passage guiding us further in. It felt wild and untouched, like a place suspended in time. Despite the rain, the colors were incredible. From above, the drone showed us something we couldn't really see from the ship. Fine glacier sediments mixing with the water, creating these unreal swirling patterns. As we moved through the fjord, the wake of the boat left behind shifting shapes in the deep blue water. It looked absolutely insane from above. We landed along the shoreline for a parameter walk. Standing there in the drizzle, surrounded by mist and silence, the sheer scale of this place felt overwhelming. Dramatic, raw, and absolutely beautiful. Expedition travel in the Arctic works a little differently. The team always has landing sites in mind, but plans can change at any moment, depending on the weather, the wind, or even wildlife nearby. That's what makes it so exciting. Every voyage is unique. Some days you head out on a Zodiac cruise, spending a few hours exploring the ice and the coastline. Other days, it's guided hikes, usually split into different speed levels, or a parameter landing, where you can wander freely within marked areas. There's also kayaking and paddling options, where you get to experience the Arctic from the water level. Even for the expedition team, many of these places are new each time. That's what makes it so special. You never really know what the day will bring. Welcome to our next landing site, the Bear Islands, a small cluster of islands framed by towering peaks and drifting icebergs. The wind was strong that morning, so we sought shelter between the islands, protected by the nearby mountains and ice. We took the Zodiacs out to explore, hoping to spot some wildlife. And just a few minutes into the hike, we got lucky. A small group of muskox, slowly grazing across the tundra. These ancient animals have roamed the Arctic for thousands of years, perfectly adapted to survive in this harsh environment. Before heading back to the ship, we couldn't help to take another look at this landscape from above. From the air, you really see how dramatic this place is. Rugged mountains, scattered icebergs, and the deep blue water cutting through it all. We spent the entire day exploring these islands, taking in the scale, the silence, and the raw beauty that makes East Greenland so unforgettable. Little did we know this morning would be one for the books. Our next stop was Borgvig, cold, wet, and moody. One of those mornings where you almost want to stay in bed, but out here you don't skip a Zodiac cruise. About 15 minutes in, someone pointed toward the ice. There was movement. At first, just a shape in the distance. Then we saw it clearly. A polar bear. Out here in East Greenland, the land is vast and wild. While sightings are possible, we had no expectations of seeing one. Being able to witness this incredible animal out on the open ice, it's a moment I'll probably never forget. After days of exploring untouched wilderness, our final stop in East Greenland felt completely different. We couldn't wrap up an expedition like this without a community visit to the only settlement in the region, Itterqotormit. Home to around 350 people, it's one of the most remote communities in the world. Colorful houses scattered along the coastline. We spent the afternoon walking through town, meeting locals, and experiencing what daily life looks like out here on the edge of the Arctic. Much of it still revolves around traditional hunting and fishing, and of course, meeting the sled dogs was a highlight. A small glimpse into daily life in one of the world's most remote places. Our expedition ship was perfectly built for Arctic exploration. Large lounges with panoramic windows, a cozy library, and 2 restaurants including a bistro. But our personal favorite part? The sauna and the hot tubs on deck. After long cold days out on expedition, that's exactly where we ended up every single evening. The observation lounge became the heart of the ship, a place to learn, share stories, and watch the landscape drift by. On our way back to Iceland, we still had some time to spare, so the expedition team decided to check out the Westman Islands. Due to strong winds, a landing wasn't possible, but the ship cruise around the islands was absolutely worth it. All photographers gathered on deck, capturing the dramatic cliffs and bird colonies from the water. And then, on our very last night, the northern lights appeared above the ship. The perfect ending to an unforgettable journey. A huge thanks to Quark Expeditions for hosting me on this trip. I stepped on board and it felt like family from day one. And honestly, I can't wait to explore more of the Arctic region soon.